Aging gracefully is definitely something that I have been exploring. Like I just said, and actually researching this topic just because I need the information as well. So we're going to talk about what oils and supplements can help us during this phase of life. And you probably saw in my Facebook group that I put that there are 76.4 million people, baby boomers right now. So that's a lot of people forgetting things and walking around and feeling old. So I guess my first message to you guys is we don't have to be that way. And our Gen X group is right behind them. So like, we don't have to feel achy and all a disarray. Okay, so we can learn ways to take care of ourselves and our grandparents and just feel better. Okay, so those of you who don't know me, I'm Susan Richardson, and I have been using Young Living for 11 and a half years with my family. We got into it for brain health and heart health, but we also use it for everyday stuff from bumps and bruises to cleaning and cooking in the kitchen. So watch for other classes. We will share some more information about those things in the upcoming months or weeks rather. And now we're going to learn about just aging gracefully though. So before we dive in, I want to talk a little bit about how not all essential oils are created equally. So one of the things I want to let you guys know is like, don't take this information and go out and buy your oils at the gas station or dollar store, box store, because they're not exactly essential oils. When you shop at Young Living, you actually get quality oils, and a lot of these other companies will add additives to the oil to make it go further. The way they distill, they use chemicals in the distillation process, and it actually boils down to a safety issue for me. So Young Living has what they call a seed to seal commitment, and unless you're in Young Living, you probably don't know what that means. And basically it means that they guarantee that their oils are going to be the best and that everything that's in that bottle is actually essential oil. They haven't added anything into it. They have farmed in sustainable ways, and their sourcing practices are top-notch. They also take care to preserve and protect the natural resources, which is really important to me. So I know this doesn't have to do with the topic, but I just want to hang here just for a second because like I could geek out about this all day. One of the things that we do is like if there is a plant, like maybe let's say rosewood, the rosewood tree is actually endangered. Young Living actually purchased farmland that had stumps left over, and they harvested the stumps and then they replanted the trees, knowing that we would never see those trees grow to mature in our lifetime, right? We were doing that to sustain and to repopulate that tree. And I love that about our company, that we take a lot of care in how we're harvesting, and if we're over harvesting, and they do their best to not do that and actually have reforestation programs in place. And I love that. They also do a lot of hand weeding, and they use 0 pesticides, so they don't end up in your oils. They also distill in a way that retain the oil in their natural constituents, okay? Which means that the oils are gonna do what they're supposed to do. We also use food grade distillers, so our oils are not contaminated. And this is really important because we're gonna talk about consuming oils. Even putting the oils on our skin, they still go into our body, and that matters, right? We wanna make sure we're not putting, we're not doing a toxic overload on our body. We also distill at a low pressure and low temperature, which doesn't seem like that's really important, but it actually is, because that means that we don't use solvents and chemicals to acquire the oils. Like I said, I could like go on about this. We do rigorous testing on each batch, and we produce our oils that exceed industry safety. That means that we are actually producing them beyond organic. They're not labeled organic, but if you go to a farm, I've been to 3 of our farms, and the farming practice is definitely beyond organic. They use the oils in the farming practices as the pesticides and herbicides. We use land that has never been touched by chemicals in at least 50 years. And the best part of all this means that the oil doesn't meet our high standards. They actually reject it. They don't bottle it. It doesn't end up on our doorstep. And it really is rare to find a company that has as high of standards as Young Living does. So that was my little 5-minute commercial on why Young Living. So again, like, please don't take this information, go get oil somewhere else, because like it ends up being a safety issue. Okay. So speaking of safety, I want to talk about that a little bit, because when we talk about this, when we talk about safety with essential oils, we're actually not talking about adverse effects, because that's the beauty of working with natural products. We don't have side effects, right? Instead, you should just keep a few of the safety tips in mind, right? Like, so if you have delicate skin, like a baby, someone who's elderly, someone who just has sensitive skin, you should probably dilute, right? Use a carrier oil to mix with your oils before you put it on your body. I personally don't dilute. That's my personal choice. All diluting does is it slows down the absorption rate. And according to the National Association of Holistic Aromatherapy, elderly clients have more skin sensitivities than your typical person with using essential oils. So we want to make sure that I don't want to call us elderly, right? We're aging gracefully. Those of us who are aging gracefully, we may want to consider diluting, okay? We can also, we also want to avoid putting the oils in your ears or your eyes. You can put them around them, just don't put them in them. If you get oils in your eye by accident, don't panic. All you have to do is take a carrier oil, like olive oil, coconut oil, V6, whatever you have handy, and put it around your eye, and it'll actually pull the oil vapors out of your eye. So don't flush them with water, that'll make it worse. Okay, so just put the oil around your eye and it'll be just fine. So there's 3 ways that we teach on how to use essential oils. So you're going to hear me tonight talk about all 3 ways, okay? So the first is aromatically. This can be done with a diffuser like in the picture, or you can actually just inhale it straight from the bottle, okay? You can also use them internally. We have essential oils that are called our Vitality line. That's a really good way for you to figure out which oils you can safely use as dietary supplements. Or we also can cook with them. We can infuse them in our water. We can, all of our supplements have essential oils infused in them, which also increases their bioavailability in our body, which means that when we use a supplement with essential oils in them, our body uses more of it and can assimilate it more than if we use a supplement that doesn't. So we actually need less of that supplement than if we were using a supplement that doesn't have it. So it saves you money in the long run because you need less to get a better effect. And then the last way is topical. So we're going to talk about that tonight as well. So we can apply our oils to our skin, and basically you're just going to put them over the area that you want to support. And again, think about diluting if you need to. I personally don't, but if that's something that you need to do, go ahead and do that. So like I said at the beginning, I'm going to talk fast because I got a lot of information in this PowerPoint. We're going to cover a lot of ground tonight, and I think that taking notes is going to be difficult. So what I'm going to encourage you guys to do is when a product or an item catches your eye or your attention as we discuss them, jot its name down so you can go back to the person who invited you, okay? And then you guys can talk about that, or you can go look it up on the website and learn a little bit more about it that way, okay? So that was my intro. So we are going to start with staying young with Young Living. So we have over 600 essential oil and essential oil infused products. So to support every body system that we have, but I'm not going to cover them all tonight. We're just going to focus on the ones that will target the biggest needs in the area of aging. We're going to look at pain and mobility, memory, We're going to look at energy and all those sorts of things. Okay. So to get the most bang for your buck, I want you guys to think about Ninja Red, and we're going to hang with this product for a little bit, because I really think that if I could only choose, I know that if I could choose one product from Young Living and only one, it would be Ninja Red. I would give up my oils if I had to, just to have this juice. It is made with the Ninja Wolfberry, which is one of the highest whole food sources of potassium and fiber. And if you look at this picture, you can kind of see the bottle is kind of cloudy at the bottom. That's actually the fiber in the juice. Okay, so you want to make sure that you shake that up really well. But that's because it comes from the whole berry. So we're not juicing the berry. It's actually a whole berry puree, okay? And the wolfberries that we use come from a region in China near the Himalayan mountains, and it's known to be one of the richest sources of minerals and organic nutrients found on Earth, actually. So they call it the Medicine Valley. It has been used for thousands of years to support longevity and immune function and to aid in natural body detoxification. So that's kind of cool. The elderly in Ningxia, where we get our berries from, live to be centurions. So what this means is that they live to be over 100 years old, and they contribute their longevity and their vitality to this wolfberry because, well, they actually did a study, and in this study, they found that the people in Ningxia showed that 80 persons per million were over the age of 100. And their counterparts in the rest of China were 5 persons per million were over 100. So when we realized that this huge discrepancy in ages between the different regions in China versus the Ningxia, what we found out was that 80% of their diet was the Ningxia wolfberry, and they contributed their health and vitality and longevity to the wolfberry. So it was amazing. So that is why we chose to use this in our Ningxia Red. So Ningxia Red is made from those wolfberries, and just drinking 1 to 2 ounces a day can help prevent oxidative stress. It can support your eye health. It can promote energy. It's delicious on its own, or can't see me right now, but I'm actually drinking it with bubbly. I put like an ounce in my glass and I fill the rest up with bubbly. I love, because I like fizzy drinks, but I don't drink pop. So, or you can add it to smoothies. You can actually put your like citrus oils in it just to make it taste a little bit different every day, like whatever you want to do, okay? Just drinking 2 ounces of it would be the equivalent to the antioxidants in all those fruits and vegetables at the bottom. But I'm gonna tell you that there was even more in that study. It was 146 strawberries, 260 tomatoes, this is crazy, 45,628 almonds, 70 onions, 118 broccoli heads, 98 bunches of spinach, 44 carrots, 186 apples, 200 oranges, and 1,628 blueberries. Like, that is a lot of food to get the equivalent of the antioxidant activity that is in those berries, okay? So the nutrition in this juice supports all of the systems of the body and our emotional and mental well-being as well. And in addition to the wolfberry, it also contains other high-quality juices such as blueberry, pomegranate, plum, and cherries. But even with all those added juices to it, it actually still promotes a normal blood sugar levels. It has a low glycemic index rate. So somebody who has who's supporting blood sugar can drink this, and I actually encourage you to drink this because it's going to help you. And it's part of it is all that fiber that's in the drink. It helps to balance the blood sugar levels. Okay, so I wanted to talk a little bit more about the nutrients that are in there, and this is where I dove deep. So bear with me, but I think that this is really important. Like, people are like, why do you always promote this drink? And this is why, okay? So wolfberries are packed full of vitamins. So specifically, I want to talk tonight about vitamin C, B1, 3, and B6. These vitamins boost our immune system and they help keep the nervous system healthy and are essential for proper energy production. And even they even affect our thyroid. So if that is important to you, like consuming wolfberries would be a smart choice, okay? They also support the nervous system, and they the digestive system, the cardiovascular system, and they keep our skin healthy and youthful. Okay, so, but it also has vitamin E. And I was researching vitamin E and I found out that vitamin E converts nutrients into energy. So we need vitamin E for energy in our body, okay? And as we age, that's a good thing. It also helps to maintain healthy vision and a healthy reproductive system, regardless of our age. Okay, vitamins need to be replenished with our in our foods and our supplements, and this is why we drink Ningxia Red, because we need to be replenishing. We don't synthesize, we don't make these vitamins in our body. We have to consume them. Okay. According to the physician's desk reference, 85 to 90% of nutrients in liquid supplements are completely and quickly absorbed within 22 seconds. That's fast, and you're absorbing all of it. So that, again, is one of the reasons why I love the liquid supplement of the Ningxia Red. And I use our pill form supplements in addition to this, okay? So these vitamins also need minerals to assimilate and be utilized by the body. Without minerals, that's not going to happen, okay? They work synergistically together. Calcium is critical for building bones, and it helps to reduce body fat and is documented in lowering the risk of even some cancers. The Ningxia Woodberry contains more calcium than spinach, walnuts, and cottage cheese, and has 5 times the calcium of cauliflower. So you don't have to drink milk to get calcium. You can eat rich fruits and like the wolfberry, okay? It also is a really good source of magnesium, and magnesium plays a crucial role in so many health things. If you guys have been to my mental health or my other classes, you know how much I love our magnesium supplements and how much they help so many things in the body. It's involved in more than 300 enzymic actions in the body that regulate our muscles and our nerve function. It helps to control our blood glucose, our blood pressure, and even impacts mental health. Magnesium is so important, and most people are deficient. 100 grams of dried Ningxia woodberries contain 325% of the daily allowance of magnesium. Potassium, the Ningxia Red has 4 times the amount of potassium as bananas, and more potassium than dried apricots, sunflowers, almonds, or figs. Potassium helps to maintain normal levels of fluid and electrolytes, and it helps to balance our pH in our cells, which is, again, is so important in the scope of health, okay? Potassium participates in the regulation of blood pressure, impacting the systolic and the diastolic blood pressure, okay? It also has chromium, which enhances insulin sensitivity, and it makes it easier for glucose to enter the cell. The Ningxia woodberry has over 65% of the RDA of chromium. Zinc is the last one I wanted to highlight. This, it actually has, we think of zinc with immune boosting, like that has been like the craze lately, right? But it also has a significant role in the creation of our DNA. It helps with the growth of our cells. It builds protein. Zinc is involved in healing damaged tissue and supporting, again, the healthy immune system. Zinc also aids with the production of natural killer cells and enhances the pathogen killer activity of white blood cells. Okay, so the wolfberry has more zinc than turkey, wild rice, eggs, lima beans, and asparagus. Okay, so can you guys see why the Ningxia Red is so important? Like, it has so many, and we didn't even hit everything that it has. It also has like amino acids and your fatty essential and stuff like that. So we want to make sure that we're consuming this because it's going to fuel our body with good, dense nutrition. And when our body has good, dense nutrition, it can do what it was designed to do, right? It's not that the drink does anything. It's not that the oils cure anything, because they don't. It is putting vital nutrients back in our body. And when our body is filled with good nutrition, our bodies regulate and can do the healing on its own, okay? So next thing I want to talk about is energy and stamina. So side note, I gave up coffee in August. And my daughter and I were just talking today about how I don't even crave it in the mornings anymore. And she was like, how do you even get like your energy in the morning? And I'm like, I just don't even crave it. Like, I'm just energetic. I don't need an artificial stimulant. And when I do feel like a lull, I will just take a shot of the Ninja Red, which I thought was interesting that we had that conversation today. And we're talking about energy and stamina tonight. So we can add peppermint and black pepper to our Ninja Red, or you can take it as a dietary supplement. Those two oils have been shown to support healthy circulation and promote increased energy. And I know that it sounds weird to put peppermint in a Ninja Red shot, but I actually like the pepper or the black pepper with a drop of the orange, and it tastes wonderful. So I actually like that. Peppermint oil can also help us with focus, clarity, and relieve head tension when applied topically. Okay, so another supplement, this is probably my second favorite supplement that Young Living has, is multigreens. And multigreens will give you more mental clarity and just overall energy and stamina. So midday, when I'm feeling that slump, or if I do, I don't normally have that slump anymore. I will take 2 or 3 multigreens, and that sustains my energy for the rest of the day. Multigreens is a chlorophyll supplement, which is designed to work with your glandular, nervous, and circulatory systems. Again, we're talking whole health. So I feel like the Ninja Red with the multigreens really fills in the gaps of our diet because we're not eating enough leafy greens for us to get the most benefit from it. Yeah, so the last thing I wanted to hit is exercise. Exercise has been shown to increase blood flow to the body, as well as reduce the risk of stress, anxiety, and all these diseases, right? Your heart health, diabetes, Alzheimer's, dementia, and even some cancers have been linked to the reduction with exercise. So exercise is so important. And I know that I have better energy and I sleep better on the days that I go to the gym. Exercise increases our blood flow and it supplies more oxygen. And in turn, that's what's actually giving us a boost in energy, and it's reducing our fatigue. Okay, so get up and move. And even if you don't go to the gym like I do, just getting up and moving and walking, what do we say? If you walk 30 minutes a day, it reduces your chance of falling below the wellness line by 30%. And I think that's significant, right? Like just walking 30 minutes a day can reduce your risk of getting ill. So why wouldn't we move? Our bodies were designed to move. And as we move, it also helps with our heart health and our circulation, right? So I don't think we have to even like tell you how important heart health is. We just know. But as we ramp up the physical activity, it's important to keep your blood flowing and maintaining proper circulation. So one of the supplements that I love for heart health, and if you guys know me, you know that heart health is really important in our home. Cardiogize is a supplement that we love. It supports a healthy heart function and proper blood circulation, okay? The supplement was specially formulated by our founder, Gary Young. And this is what he had to say about the research and reasoning behind the supplement. So I have been doing my own investigating about heart conditions worldwide. So like not just in the United States, right? Worldwide, he was looking. But he was also looking in America. And he was amazed when the data showed that the deficiencies to be very similar all over the world in comparison to like America, right? I wanted to conduct research and study herbs used in different countries that particularly gave strength, energy, and good nutrition for normal heart function. So we have many herbs shipped in. So just a side note, this was when Gary was supporting his own heart, right? He was like trying to research what was out there after he got bit by I can't say it, the bug that he got bit by in the jungle, right? He was supporting his heart. After testing to determine the various compounds, I put the formula together for a more synergistic, powerful, beneficial response for the body. Cardiogize will surely join the ranks as another great young living supplement. So we don't just throw herbs together. Like we study what's going on in the world. We talk to natives in different areas and corners of the world to find out what they're using for different health aspects. That's how we found the Ningxia Red too, right? We talked to the people in Ningxia. And so they don't just throw these supplements together, they actually research those. And I think it's kind of cool. So Cardiogize is for the heart. These next two are also for the heart health, but they also are really good for focus and concentration in the brain. So heart and brain, okay? So the older we get, the more concern we have about our memory, right? Research was conducted that showed certain essential oils like rosemary, peppermint, basil, and lemon can actually improve mental alertness and memory function, keeping the brain functioning at full capacity. So using your essential oils, right? And all of our supplements are infused with these essential oils. So Omegagize combined essential oils with other ingredients like omega-3 fatty acids, vitamin D3, CoQ10 to support normal brain, heart, eye, and joint health. And one of the things that I love about Omegagize is it doesn't give you that fishy aftertaste, which you get from a lot of omega supplements. So I really love this one. This is one of the ones my husband takes for his heart health, and I take it for brain health. So we take it for different reasons, but they're both supporting both of our heart and our brain, right? It also contains that CoQ10, and just incidentally, those of you who don't know, my husband had a heart attack 4 years ago. And so that's why heart health is really important in our homes. And he is still on a statin. I'm very transparent about that, but I've done a lot of research on what can help support him. And the CoQ10 we found helps to neutralize the side effects of statins. So that was one of the reasons why we decided to put him on Omegagize, because it has high dose of the CoQ10 in it. The MindWise also has CoQ10, and it has also the omega-3 fatty acids. It's got the D3. It has a proprietary MindWise memory blend. So it has a blend of things that has the CoQ10, the LCAR, and the GCP. This delivers more of the nutrients to the brain and to the heart. So it just gives you an added boost. And we've add it to our Ningxia Red. It tastes good, and we just that's our morning drink. We take a shot of the Ningxia Red with a little bit of MindWise. Jim takes his Omegagize at night, and that's pretty much our heart and brain routine in our house. The next area that I want to talk about is mobility and flexibility. Bones and joints shouldn't feel achy and creaky when we age. I don't buy into that. I think that there's ways for us to support mobility as we get older, and we can have energy and vitality, right? There's some elderly, or I shouldn't say elderly, some of those going into the elderly, I don't know what else to say, you guys, who are very active and very, they move around really well, right? They're agile, but there's also some who aren't. So what's the difference? Probably nutrition, probably because the one who is more mobile is mobile. Like that's a big part of it. We got to get up and we have to start moving. But as we age, things can cause us discomfort like osteoporosis, our joints wearing out, and even, you know, midlife stuff like fibromyalgia, like that can slow us down, right? So we can start to feel those aches and pains. So regular movement and exercise, I'm going to harp on this a little bit because it's so important, right? It helps to strengthen our bones and increase our muscle mass, and it improves our balance. So we don't want to fall as we get older, right? And doing more exercising and walking more will actually help to prevent falls, which I think is really important. But sometimes the exercise is the biggest hurdle, but it's also something that we need to do. So we have to get out, you know, start small, just start walking a little bit. But there's also some supplements that we can take that make a huge difference in how we feel as well. So I want to focus on 4. The first one is Agiles. This is a joint health supplement that's great for mobility and flexibility. It is designed to support our joint health, and we can use it as a preventative measure to protect our joints and our cartilage based on the ingredients that are in it. So some of the things that I wanted to share that are in there, because I want you guys to know how important this is one of the ones that my husband loves the supplement for his physical self, right? How he feels. It contains frankincense powder. So if any of you know how important frankincense is, you can get frankincense in our bodies just by taking the supplement. It also has UC2 undenatured collagen. And if you research that, you'll find things like it supports joint health in healthy individuals by providing relief of stiffness and improving your mobility. So that would be really good for moving around. Hyaluronic acid helps to cushion and lubricate our joints and other tissue. Calcium fructoborate, I hope I say this right, it increases our body's ability to deal with inflammation and oxidation, and it actually can complement some cancer therapy and treat osteoporosis. So again, if you do a quick search on those, you can find out what these ingredients do. I actually recommend that with all of our supplements. If you're not sure what a supplement does, start to look up PubMed.gov, where you can look up research on the ingredients that are in our supplements, or do a basic research on DuckDuckGo or Google and find out what the ingredients actually do. You're also going to find turmeric in the Agiles, which I'm a huge fan of turmeric. There's been scientifically proven health benefits, such as improving the heart health. It protects the brain against aging, and even some cancers. So again, go look up some research, because there's research out there on the turmeric. But it also can be a potent anti-inflammatory. It can help our body deal with it. We all have inflammation, right? And turmeric helps our body to deal with inflammation that's in our body. It also is an antioxidant, and it can improve symptoms of mood disorders and even arthritis. So there's so much research on that. So I would recommend you guys look at that. We also have a turmeric powder that you can add to water, which tastes like mango, is delicious. That was just a side note. BLM, it stands for bone, ligament, and muscles, and it supports all of that. And it combines powerful ingredients such as type 2 collagen, MSM, manganese citrate, and again, it's enhanced with essential oils, right? So it absorbs and assimilates better with our supplements do when we put those essential oils in there. And these ingredients have been shown to support healthy cell function and encourage joint health and fluid movement. Jim loves Agiles with the BLM. He uses both of them. I like Agiles and the sulfurzyme, which is another source of MSM that we can get. So I just want to hang with the sulfurzyme. It's not on the slide, but I think it's really important. Sulfurzyme is it's sulfur, and it's blended with the wolfberry powder And it can help to support the immune system, your joints, your metabolic function, circulation, bone, hair, and skin. Like every single cell of our body needs MSM of sulfur to function. If you've played in the dirt, if you've eaten an apple, you've been exposed to sulfur, which is very different than sulfa. So if you have a sulfa allergy, you can take sulfurzyme. It's okay. They're different. Okay. There was a pain specialist at the OSU that found that sulfurzyme reduced pain impulses with the C fibers, that's your non-myelinated fibers that are on the nerves. It also increased blood flow, which is necessary for healing to occur. And it changed the cellular membrane, and it also hydrated the cells. So like, it helps to replenish like the connections between cells, and it preserves the molecular framework of connective tissue. So sulfurzyme is like one of my #1 supplements that I personally go to for feeling better. Okay. The last one on this slide is the Cool Azul pain cream. This is an OTC with Young Living that provides relief from muscle and joint aches, arthritis, strains, bruises, and strains. Put this on, like a little bit goes a long way. Okay. My daughter used it when she was horseback riding. I use it on my feet because I'm on my feet a lot. I can use it on my back and my wrist and stuff like that. It has methyl salicylate, which is found in wintergreen, which helps to relieve the deep pain that's found in muscles and your joints. But it also has that menthol peppermint that provides that cooling effect, right? All right, so the last topic that I wanted to hit tonight is menopause and hormones. And I know this is a lot of information, I warned you guys. Hang on just a second. Okay, so as women age, our levels of progesterone decline and can contribute to osteoporosis, increasing the risk of breast and uterine cancers. It can also influence mood swings, depression, and many other conditions. Estrogen levels can also decline. So you can have the progesterone and the estrogen declining as we age. And when our estrogen levels decline, it can increase a woman's risk of heart disease, okay? Some of the oils that we can use during this transition to support our hormones during this phase of life are geranium, clary sage, and bergamot. I love those 3 oils, just side note. You can diffuse those, you can apply them topically. I know bergamot is also really good for grief. And I think the older we get, we experience more losses. We start losing our parents and our friends and things like that. And I think that bergamot is just one of those oils that I know personally helped me get through the loss, a couple losses that we've had in the last few years. So I would definitely look at adding that to your collection. We also have some blends that can help as well. Dragon thyme can help alleviate mood swings and headaches caused by hormonal imbalances. Lady scleral is rich in phytoestrogens that can raise your estrogen levels naturally, which is really important to me, right? I don't want a synthetic estrogen. I want my body to be able to increase it naturally, to do what it's normally supposed to be doing. Sclera essence naturally balances hormones using phytoestrogens as well. It also increases estrogen levels by supporting the body's own production of these hormones. So again, it's not that we're taking estrogen, we're using a plant-based item that is in supporting our body in the production of estrogen, right? Our body's naturally creating it. And then transformation. I threw this one on there because I really feel like as we move into this inevitable phase of life, sometimes it can be hard. I hear women that have a hard time in the 50s and 60s with their age and stuff like that. And I just think being able to embrace it and just be with that phase of life, aging gracefully, transformation can help us with supporting our emotions in that whole realm of things. So the nutritional supplements that I would recommend at this phase would be PD8020. It supports your endocrine system. I love the supplement. Started using the supplement like maybe 9 years ago. I don't take it every day. My body likes it every 2 or 3 days. I just take one capsule. So the recommended dose is, if you're a healthy individual, this is what you take. And I believe the dose on PD8020 is 2 a day. I would start with that and see how you feel. When I first started Young Living, one of my mentors said, try it twice a week and see how you feel. And I actually felt good. And then as I got older, I started adding a couple per week. So, maybe start with 2 or 3 a week and then add on to it until you feel like you're because we know in our you can feel the balance or disbalance. I know when my hormones are off. When you become more in tune with your body, you can pay attention to that and you can figure out what dose that you need. It contains pregnenolone, which is a precursor to the body's production of estrogen and progesterone. It also has DHEA, which is involved in like the cardiovascular and immune system, but it also helps with mental acuity and memory. So the pregnenolone is like our master hormone. So it's looking at, do you need more testosterone? Do you need more estrogen, progesterone? And it's triggering those, it's regulating. It's kind of the master hormone, right? It's regulating how our hormones are. And I highly recommend that if you are looking at balancing your hormones, PD8020 is like the number one that I would have you look at. Endogize is another supplement that we have that was specifically formulated to support the endocrine system overall, right? So if it's not balanced, our other body systems can't function properly. And when we are put under undue stress, and I don't know anyone who hasn't had stress in the last 3 years, our hormones get out of whack, and we need some TLC to help us get our hormones back in alignment. So Endogize is another one that I would recommend that you guys look at. So the last one is called Progestin Plus. This one is great for everything from sleep and mood disorders to, other things that can be happening in our body. When progesterone, when we have a deficiency, it affects everything, okay? And progesterone levels can be declined even in younger people. So this is recommended for girls who are just starting their cycle to women who have already passed it. So we still need to be balancing our hormones, and Progestin Plus helps increase the hormonal balance naturally. It uses micronized progesterone from wild yam that is purified into a pure essential oil form. So it's infused into the serum. This is one that I like that you don't have to rotate it. I usually put it on my belly or my carotid artery, so it just gets into my bloodstream faster. But you can put it on your forearms or in your inner thighs, like wherever you feel like drawn to put it. But you're not using just like 1 drop a day. I know some people recommend like putting it in your bathroom every time you go to the bathroom, like put it on, like just so you have it there and you're using it and it just becomes a habit. That was a lot of information. So I'm gonna end on my goal. Like this was a lot of information, but like I said, like this is a phase of life that I'm in. So I fell down the research hole and I was like researching and I couldn't pull myself out. So like my goal, our goal is not to come on here and just sell you guys oils and products and move on to the next person. Like it's really about empowering people. That's why we do these Tuesday night classes. It's why we have the Facebook group. I want you guys to have access to information so you guys can be empowered. When you have information, you can make informed decisions about yourself. And even if you land in a different place than I land, it's okay because you made an informed decision, right? The cool thing is that you can't get these in a store. You actually create a account through Young Living online. And this way they can deliver, you can order what you want when you want it, and they'll deliver it right to your door. So you don't have to wait on me to the post office, because you'll probably never get it because I don't like the post office, but Young Living does. So they'll ship it right to you. Okay. So here's the thing. If you have a big wish list of things that you want to try, first of all, I'm going to tell you not to get them all. Getting everything we talked about tonight is way too much. You're not going to know what is doing what, and you're going to get overwhelmed and you're going to stop using it. And that would make me super sad. What we want you to do is, if you're brand new and you're not using Young Living, I would highly recommend looking at the Ningxia Red Kit starter bundle. Getting some really good nutrition in your body is a really good place to start. Then I would consider adding, like pick one area that we talked about tonight. Was it the hormones? Was it mobility? Was it your memory? Like what area, heart, what area do you want to support? And then from that section, look at maybe 1 or 2 items to order next month, right? So you can explore those and see how your body does, because that might be all you need. When we're using natural supplements, sometimes less is more, and sometimes we don't need everything, and then sometimes our body does. So go slow to figure out what your body, how your body responds to that. Okay. So you are going to want to go back to the person who invited you. They're going to be called your enroller, and you're going to use their member number in the enrollment process, so you can be connected to them. One that connects you to them, so they get credit for sharing and living with you, but it also connects you to our team. Like I said, we do classes like this every Tuesday or Thursday night. It also gives you access to the Facebook group. It gives you access to all of us so that we can help you walk through the whole process. When you order, I would recommend putting it on the loyalty rewards order. It will save you 24% off of whatever you're ordering. And you can also earn back 10 to 25% in product points. It's kind of like Kohl's Cash, so you can go shopping for free later. All right, so with that said, I want to thank you all for attending and participating. Again, go back to the person who invited you, talk to them about what you heard that might be a good place to start.